I'm Chris Devin. Right now I'm joined by real estate attorney and Boston Power player, Yitz McKenzie. Now, Yitz, whether you're buying or selling real estate, you're executing the contract called the purchase and sales, right?
Correct.
Agreement. So if you execute the contract and you have a change of heart or change of mind, what are the consequences to that?
That's an excellent question, Chris. And the answer is it depends on whether you're the buyer or the seller. Let's first take the buyer. The buyer enters into that contract to buy the home and decides at the last minute to change their mind, whether they got transferred to San Francisco, no longer interested in the home, whether they realize they overstretched themselves and can't afford it, or they hit the lottery and decide to move to the south of France. What are the consequences if they want out? It's simple. The typical purchase and sale agreement states that they will lose their deposit. Clients will often ask me, well, will I be forced to buy the home? And the answer is no. It's America. Nobody can force you to buy the home, but you have to suffer the consequences if you default on the agreement and pull out for no good reason. You will lose that deposit.
And in a lot of cases, that's 5, 10. In today's market, hot markets, it could be 20%.
Yes, it could be. Typically 5%, less typical 10%, but yes, it could be higher. It's very different when a seller wants out of the deal. The seller cannot just pull out of the deal without suffering consequences either. The consequences are simple. The buyer can sue the seller and force them to sell the property under the terms of the purchase and sale agreement.
Okay, so that's pretty scary if you think about it.
It's pretty scary, but I must state that as a practical matter, the threat of a lawsuit is threatening, but does the buyer really, are they invested really to spend money on a lawyer to pursue the lawsuit? And that could take months, maybe a year. Where are they going to live during that time? So sometimes the seller will say, fine, sue me, and we'll see how it plays out. And often a buyer gets upset and walks away. But they do have that right to sue.
Buying real estate, in most cases, the largest purchase in someone's life, right? So just make sure that you think it through completely and make sure that you're tied to your A-team that we talk about all the time. Have your real estate attorney on your side going over the ins and outs of the contract with you, because it is really so important.
Absolutely, and the lawyer can protect you on how to deal with giving you options whenever the other side does want to pull out of a deal.
Thanks, Yitz. And if you'd like to reach out to Yitz and his team directly, you can go to GilmartinMcKenzieLLP.com. And remember, we have more buyer-seller tips right here below on Real Estate Talk Boston.
Tune into Radio BDC Sunday mornings at 7 to hear Chris Devin and his guest list of top-notch local real estate professionals deliver the timely truths of the greater Boston real estate market.